Trust. We are delighted to welcome with us today from SAQ International and Aim Strong Sports, Harry White. Harry is going to be taking us through our first live PE session on the David Ross Education Trust YouTube platform, which is called Move to Improve. Thank you for joining us today, Harry. Absolutely delighted to have you here at the David Ross Education Trust. Harry's got a few things just to point you out on to start off with, and then I hope you're all good to go. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. So, welcome to the session. Just a few housekeeping things to start off with. Very, very important that we have some water handy, because we are going to be doing physical activity, and that's very important, with some little breaks in there. Obviously, you need a little bit of space, okay? Not a great amount, and I'm going to structure it so that even if you've got a very small amount of space, all of the exercises can be done on the spot or on the move. A few little targets, I'd say, for the session today. I would like you to try and do your best on all the exercises that I ask you to do, and especially try to be slow first and then speed things up. So we're going to get through a dynamic flexibility warm-up, and then our move to improve is basically thinking about little exercises we can do to improve our quality of movement, like using the balls of the feet, keeping our joints aligned, and keeping our head up. So very, very exciting. We will also have a cool down, which is important. So, as I say, do your best on the session, and let's get ready to go. So, with the dynamic flex, I'm going to start off with small and slow movement. Okay, so we're going to go with what I call ankle flicks to start with. So what I do is I just raise my ankle up and down, and I'm going to do it on both sides. Okay, so I'm going up and down first, up and down. Try and get the opposite arm going if you can, because that's going to be important throughout the session. A couple more of those, up and down, up and down. The next one we're going to do is toe taps, okay? And I'm going to do one side at a time. So all we're doing is tapping our toe out in front, okay, there. Okay, but can we get the opposite arm moving with that? Okay, so toe taps, one side. Okay, then I'm going to change, okay, opposite arm if you can. We're going to try and get that going throughout the session, because that's really, really important with the movements that we're looking at today. Okay, next we're going to look at marching, okay, so we can march on the spot. Again, what I'm going to look to do is fire that opposite arm. Okay, what you can do just to get that going, if you want, is to touch your opposite knee if you're finding that opposite movement difficult. So back to marching there, and we could bring a little bit of movement into that as well. Opposite arms working. Really, really good. Next, we're going to just do a little bit of jogging, forwards and backwards if you've got room. If you haven't, then just make sure you're jogging on the spot. So again, forwards on the balls of the feet and backwards. One more of those. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're going to give ourselves a hug. Okay, and then we're going to run forward, backwards, whilst giving ourselves a hug. This is really, really good. Next, we're going to do some skipping. So again, we're looking for that opposite movement. Okay, so if we're skipping, we're looking there on the spot, driving that opposite arm and using the balls of the feet. We can bring a little bit of movement to that if you've got room. See if you can get that movement forwards and backwards. There. And then there's quite a few variations on skipping. So the next one we could do is called a near cross skip, which works our hips in a slightly different way. So we're just firing the knee across on that one. Okay, brilliant.
Okay, just swapped it to that.
Next we're going to do something called either a single knee lift, or I call it a dead leg. Okay, so start on the spot, and what we're doing, we're just firing up one side. Okay, and this is my dead leg, and then I can bring a little bit of movement.
That's
so
going louder now, that's going much louder.
Off the one leg and still trying to get that opposite arm. I can back pedal, and then I'm going to do the other leg. There, okay? So a dead leg. Good for that knee lift and that arm drive. Again, still not too fast. Next we can go lateral or sideways as part of the warm-up. So we can look to do some sidestepping, okay? So when we sidestep the balls of the feet, push off the outside. Hopefully you've got a little bit of space to do that, okay? Sidestepping, okay? Weight forward, head and shoulders over knees and toes on that one. I'm going to change the way that I'm facing now on the sidestepping. So on the balls of the feet, again, push off your outside leg on that one. Again, weight going forwards, using the balls of the feet. Doing really well. So next we're going to do lateral running or sideways running. So on this one, I want you to just check my arm, and hopefully your arm can get that hip to lip movement, which is important throughout the session. So on the balls of the feet, okay, I'm going sideways. I'm not making a lot of noise on that, okay? Lateral running, just in a little bit of space, trying to keep my head up on that one, okay? Change the way that you face it. Okay, brilliant. So I'm going there, balls of the feet again, trying to make sure I at least drive that elbow back there on the lateral running. We're doing really, really well now, guys. So next we're going to do some lunges. So what we're looking for, and this is important, is joint alignment. So a nice straight lines there, and what I'm going to do is a big step forward. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is sink down at the hips. Try and avoid your knee going forward. We're going to sink down for 1. Okay, 2, we're going to get 5 on each side. 3, good. 4, and 5. Brilliant. Make sure you keep that control. So now I'm going to step forward to the left side. Again, keeping that alignment. Sinking at the hips there for 1. And 2, doing really well. 3, 4, keep going, and 5, keep that control. Starting to feel that now, so the warm-up's definitely doing its job. Heart rate going up, temperature going up, which is excellent. Next we're going to do some static leg lifts there, so I'll take a few steps, opposite arm going again, and just lifting my leg with a slight bend, straight out. I can bring some movement to that if I've got room. I'm doing really, really well. Next, we can try some plyometric work, which is basically jump training. Low impact, so we'll look at some small jumps on the spot, making sure I'm on the balls of the feet again, bending my knees, and then I can bring some movement to it forward, using the arms for momentum. A little bit of a back pedal, and I can go again. Okay, so again, you shouldn't be able to hear a lot of noise from your feet, using the balls of the feet. Try and avoid using your heels there. Remember, when you use the balls of the feet, the energy goes through your muscles. Heels, it goes through your joints, okay, which is not so good. We could do some sideways jumps, so again, little jumps, bending the knees, and use the space that you've got. Okay, change the way that I'm facing. Okay, little sideways jumps. Brilliant. Okay, next we could do some hopping again. So, again, working off the balls of the feet, I'm just going to go forwards for a few and backwards, using my arms on that for momentum on my side. So again, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back, 5 on the hopping. Next, one of my favourite moves is called karaoke. So karaoke, not karaoke, we don't want any singing today, is where my upper body goes the opposite way, but I move sideways as I'm doing it there. Okay, so karaoke. Hopefully you've got enough room to do that. If you haven't, we can do tapioca, which is the same thing, but on the spot, forwards. So again, think about the space that you've got, okay? Let's do another set sideways if we can. Karaoke. Doing really, really well. And back. Now we can do some dynamic stretching. So we'll do what I call a walking hamstring. So when we're stretching, even though we've got a small amount of space, we want to make it dynamic. What does that mean? It means on the move, so we try and keep that heart rate and the temperature up, because if we go too static and stand still, that will start to come down. So walking hamstring, again looking at that alignment, small step forward onto the heel now, hinge at the hips, move forward, and you should feel it in the back of your leg. and then I hold it for a few seconds, and I walk forwards with that. If you really want to feel the stretch, you can use your arms at the side there for a walking hamstring. Really, really important that we do some stretching during this time to maintain our level of flexibility, or if we really work hard on it, we can increase our flexibility and range of movement. Okay, so that's really, really good. Next, we'll do what I call a hurdle walk. So on this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to imagine I've got a hurdle at the side, and I'm just going to lift my leg up and over and change sides. Not too high. Hurdle walk there. I'm going to backpedal a little bit, and I'm going to do another set of that. Okay? Hurdle walk. So bring your foot up, open out the hips, and up, and imagine you're bringing over a hurdle. Brilliant. So we're getting towards the end of the one, so I want to do something that's quite high tempo now. And I call this a 20 challenge, which involves different types of jumping. Okay? So we're going to do, first of all, 20 forwards and backwards jumps. So we've done a bit of jumping in the warm-up, but we're looking for there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, using the balls of the feet. Okay? Try and keep that posture. Okay, we're going to get 20 of them. So everybody ready? Let's go. 20, 19, 18, 16, 15, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Take a short breather there. So excellent. So forwards and backwards. Now, the next 20 we're going for is sideways jump. So on this one, you can imagine you've got a line. I'm going 1, 2, 3. Okay, like that. We're going for 20 again. Let's count down. 20, 19, 17, 16, 15, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Use the balls of the feet on that. Shouldn't be a lot of noise coming from that one, okay? Fantastic. So the next one we're going to do is, I call these spotty dogs or running man. So we've got opposite arm, one foot in front of the other. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump and change, okay? For 20. If you've not done this before, just practice a little bit. Try and do it slowly first, okay? So 20, 19, 17, 16, 15, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. And the last 20 of the 20 challenge to complete the warm-up is twist again. So it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can get your upper body going the opposite way when you twist again. 20, 18, 17, 16, 15, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6. Keep going. 4, 2, 1. Brilliant, guys. Excellent work. So you can see by me on that I'm warm, I'm starting to sweat, and my breathing rate is increased, and my heart rate is up. That is what we need from a warm-up, okay? Little fact about dynamic flex warm-ups. Every single Premier League football team uses a dynamic flexibility warm-up. So some of the top elite athletes in the country will be using this type of warm-up. So tried and tested. So I'd recommend now a quick drink of water, if you've got one. Hopefully you have. If not, take this minute or so to go and get yourself one now. We're doing really, really, really well. I'm enjoying it. That's one thing I'm very, very grateful for, is being able to share my workouts with you guys and you joining in and hopefully getting something from them. So this part I've called Move to Improve, okay? Some might call it mechanics or how to move. So I'm going to go through a range of different movements that we can do. Ideally we would use the hurdles, but it can be done without equipment, okay? So we're going to go through a range of different moves. We're going to think about a few different things. Remember, start every move slow. Once you've done it slowly, if you feel like you want to speed up, that's really good, but always start slow, get the movement right. Secondly, focus on using the balls of the feet. Think about that alignment, arms as well, hip to lip, and head up. A lot to think about, but hopefully you're going to be joining us for the next 5 weeks on this, and everything will be consistent and will help you embed those movements. And some real good benefits if we do this well. You can reduce the risk of injury. You can increase your movement efficiency, which is Very, very important. And also you're burning a lot of calories, okay, but there's less stress on the body if you move well. Okay, so that's really important. So, let's get on to move to improve. Oh, one other thing is the way that we work now is short bursts of activity. Okay, and that's really important because, say, my two favourite sports, which are table tennis and football, both of those you need to do short bursts of physical activity. That's how you need to train because that's what the sport requires. Okay, so this is how we're going to train now. Okay, so the first one we've already done is a dead leg. Okay, but we're going to now do 3 sets on my right, 3 sets on my left. And what I'm doing there, so dead leg, I'm looking for it slow first. Okay, coming out on the one side and making sure I get that arm movement. Once I get good at that, I can backpedal. I can then maybe try and make it a little bit more explosive. But remember to get the movement right first slowly, okay? We're going to do 3 on our right, okay? And we're going to do 3 on our left, okay? Which means 6 sets in total. So we're going on to the left there now. Try and make sure we're getting that explosivity. We're using the balls of the feet. A couple more sets on there. Really, really good. Good for running mechanics, this one. Okay, and you don't need too much of a high knee lift on that. Okay, so make sure the knee's just coming up high enough on our dead leg run. Okay, really, really good. Let's just recap on those arm mechanics, maybe from the side. Okay, so remember what I'm looking for. You might want to just practice this. Somebody said to me a while back a phrase, and I always remembered it, was hip to lip, not across the zip. Okay? So look at that, hip to lip, drive that elbow back. Okay? Some of us don't come back far enough on that. Okay? So remember those good arm mechanics from what we're doing. Okay? So the next move we can do is what's called a single step. So that's just basically one step in front of each other, but I'm going to make it a little bit quicker, so like that, nice and quick. Okay, again on the balls of my feet. Okay, I'm going to try and make it explosive. Keep my head up, using my arms nice and quickly there again, okay? Good, really getting that heart rate up now. Try stepping first with the left foot first sometimes, and try stepping first with the right foot sometimes. Okay, really, really good. Hopefully you're able to do that slow and then speed it up. So I call that one a single step. Next one, we're going to start going sideways. Now, the A in SAQ, if you don't know, stands for agility. Agility is really important. So think of agility as multi-directional movement. Again, most sports, unless you're like Usain Bolt, a sprinter, you need to be able to move in different directions. So our training needs to reflect that. So this one is a lateral step and side step back. I'm going to show you, okay? I've already done this in the one, so I'm going to do a nice quick lateral step and then push off and just side step back, okay? So watch again. Lateral step there with the arm mechanic, push off, side step back, okay? Watch again. So good arm mechanic, push off, and just a few side steps back. So we're combining 2 movements there. Let's do it the other way. Let's look at those areas, balls of the feet. Posture, push off and back again, okay? Lateral step, push off and back. Remember to push off the outside leg when you make the transition from lateral step to side stepping. Wow, doing really, really well. I'm enjoying it. And hopefully you guys are too. Remember, this is week 1, so if you're doing it slowly or you're not sure, you'll be able to watch this back. Practice it a few times and you'll start to find it easier, okay? So really good. Next move, probably my favourite move. Those that know me and worked with me before know I love this one. Called the Icky Shuffle, okay? So watch what I'm going to do slowly is 1, 2, 3, push off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, push off. 3, 1, 2, 3. It's important to keep that weight forward again and push off that outside leg. Try and make that smooth. So let's watch it again. 1, just a bit. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's back pedal on that one. Okay, again. So watch again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you're limited for space, we can still go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3. And that's the beauty of this programme at the moment, is a lot of it can be done in a very small space. So it can be done anywhere, at home, in the garden, even in a small confined space, which is good, and we can make progress. It is a benefit. Okay, let's do a couple more on the Icky shuffle on that. Let's see if we can get that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. I'm really feeling that now. Sweating, which is good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely brilliant. So now, we've already done some jumping in the warm-up. Remember, the exercises you do in your warm-up should reflect to an extent what you're doing in the main part of the session. That's important, so it's specific and does prepare you. So I've already done some two-footed jumps. So on this one, I'm going to do 4 jumps forward. Okay, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Step to the side and just walk back slowly there, okay? Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use the arms, balls of the feet, and back pedal. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back pedal again. Just nice and slow. Make sure you're careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, brilliant. Try and use those arms just to get that little bit of momentum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, really good. And obviously there's different ways we can jump. So again, looking at that multi-directional part of it, let's try some sideways jumps. So again on this, we're looking for the 4 jumps. Again, slight bend, we don't need to go too far, but we also need to bend on landing again. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to walk back on that one. Okay, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really good. I'm going to do 3 facing that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to change the way that I'm facing. Okay, really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Generally, we're looking for 6 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, brilliant. And 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. And the jumping part, we'll finish with another favourite of mine, which I call in and out jumps. So on this one, in and out jump, we start in, we go out, and then we bring some movement to it, okay? So, watch that again. Back pedal, a little bit like hopscotch, which is a great game. So watch again, we start in, we go out, in, and little jump forward, okay? Out, in, little jump forward. Out, in, little jump forward. Out, in, little jump forward. Let's do a few more of those. Hopefully you're able to get those again. If you are finding it difficult, slow it down. Say it to yourself. That's why I do that a lot. So I talk myself through the exercise. Okay. So start in, out, and forward. Out, in, forward. Out, in, forward. Out, in, and forward. Brilliant. So good. Okay. And the last one of our mechanics part, or move to improve, is jumping again, but this time we're going to go 2 forward, 1 back. So watch, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 back, okay? 1, 2, 3, so 2 forward, 1 back. 2 forward, 1 back, okay? Let's look again on that, so 2 forward, 1 back. Forward, 1 back. 2 forward, 1 back. 2 forward, 1 back. Do another couple of sets of that. So again, balls at the feet, think about that joint alignment. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that one is 2 forward and 1 back. Now, again, look, I'm out of breath, I'm starting to sweat, and I'm warm. And that again is great. And that's what I want from a workout, although it's not a really long workout, it's hitting those things that I needed to, okay? So hopefully you're feeling the same thing, or similar. So I'll take another drink again, because we're through that part of the session. So well done. Hopefully you're out of breath and sweating as much as I am, okay? But it's really, really good, and again, I'm really grateful to be able to share this approach to training, which has been used for over 20 years with everyone from school children to all the way through to elite athletes. So it's a really, really good try and tested program. We've warmed up, we've done the move to improve part. We do need to cool down because my heart rate will be quite high at the moment. It is important that we bring that down, and we bring that down gradually. So we'll go into a cool down now. So what we're going to start with on the cool down is just some butt kicks there, okay? So look on the spot, okay, if you want, or you can bring some movement, but I'm just firing in there on the butt kicks, okay? And we're going in to the cool down. Next we can go on to a hurdle walk again, which we've already done, but this time we will use it as part of the cool down, but also to try and make sure we learn those movements, okay? So there we go, hurdle walk. Step out and over the hurdle, very, very good. Let's do some skipping now, okay? So let's start with a knee across skip, not too fast. Again, the knee across skip works those hips in a slightly different way, which again, if you look at table tennis, is important because you need to use your hips a lot and we need to warm that area up. Then we can do a low knee linear skip. Again, part of the cool down. We're starting to slow things up a little bit here now. Okay, it's really, really good. Low knee skip. Okay, brilliant. Now let's do some dynamic stretching again. This time let's do a hamstring sweep. So feet together, hinge at the hips, and then imagine you're sweeping there, okay? And then take a couple of steps forward, okay? Hinge at the hips and sweep. Walk forward, hinge and sweep, and then walk back. Hinge and sweep. Really, really important that we include stretching in what we do, guys. So important. Absolutely. Love that, okay? Next we will do some karaoke, okay? Again, but nice and slow. So let's try and get that movement. Karaoke is very good for mobility. Coordination as well. All important things that we need, okay? Let's go back again in that time. Really, really good. And then let's put in a lunge again, but this time let's go really nice and slow. So let's step forward. Remember, we're going to try and sink down straight at the hips, not forward on this, okay? And look at the technique, we're going to go forward there. Okay, nice and slow now. Step forward. And then we're going to go nice and low there. We're going to take that back. We're going to do it again, and we're going to also add in, okay, with the lunge, a combination of a tricep stretch there. Back of the arm, okay, and hold. Step up, and in, and tricep across. Okay, really good. I'm feeling great. I don't know about you guys. And to finish, we'll just do some ankle flicks. So we're going up and down. We're going up and down. We can bring some mobility to that movement. Okay, up and down, up and down. The last thing I would do is give yourself a round of applause for your work. Well done. Okay, and take a nice big couple of deep breaths. Brilliant, guys. Thank you. Well done.
Well done, everyone at home. Apologies for the audio at the start. Obviously, this is our first ever live stream on the Trust YouTube channel, but we got it sorted in the end. Fantastic. Thank you, Harry, for joining me today here at Chartered College. Great to have you with us with Direct Sport and the David Ross Education Trust. This will be also going onto the Trust YouTube channel, so that if you want to look back at the video, you can practice some of these movements.
Definitely. I would say we're going to do 5 sessions across the next 5 weeks, but obviously this session will be available, and I'd almost set you a challenge to say, can you do this at least once again, before the next session, which is in a week's time, when we'll move on from what we've done today.
Brilliant. Thank you, Harry. Great to have you joining us, obviously from all of our trust schools. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you.